This story happened last week, and I'm still terrified by it. I was in my local grocery store, out in Ocean City, New Jersey. During the summer seasons, our town is packed with tourists, but in the off-season, it's a ghost town, which I love because it's not cluttered, and I'm able to shop and get stuff done without feeling trampled on. I was at the grocery store, just getting the essentials like eggs, bread, and milk. It was in the evening, and the store was moderately busy. As I was making my way down the cereal aisle, I noticed a strange old lady staring at me. She was standing near the end of the aisle, her eyes locked onto mine. I thought maybe she was just lost or confused, so I tried to ignore it and moved on. As I turned to head toward the canned goods section, I felt someone tap me on the shoulder. I turned around and it was that old lady. She was hunched over, had long gray hair, and was bone thin. She looked at me and said, "My dear, it's been so long. Come with me." I froze, not sure what to make of it. I mean, I'd never seen this lady before in my life. I didn't recognize her at all. She had these unsettling, piercing eyes that just looked wild. I took a step back. I was getting really weird vibes from her, and my face showed it. She laughed and leaned in closer and said, "It's me, your grandma. Don't you remember? My real grandma passed away years ago, so this was way beyond strange." I decided to play it cool, telling her that she had the wrong person, but she didn't back off. Instead, she got closer. Her bony hand was on my cart, preventing me from leaving. I tried to push my cart away, but her grip was pretty strong for her age. I yanked hard and walked as fast as I could to the checkout line. As I was ringing out, I explained the situation to the cashier. I told him there's some older lady who may be lost and might need help. He radioed for management, but I didn't stay to see if they were able to help her or not, and just took my groceries to the car. After I unloaded the groceries into my car, I glanced back at the store, just to make sure she didn't follow outside or anything. I get into my car and start it. I put my car into drive and looked out my driver's side window. The old lady was standing right there, her face pressed up against my window, looking directly at me. She was pulling at my door, trying to get in and saying she's my grandmother. I was so terrified, I drove over the concrete median to get away from her. As I looked in my rear view, I could see her just standing there in the parking lot alone, watching me drive off. I have no idea who she was. Maybe it was just a crazy lady with dementia or something, but it honestly was terrifying. Lately, I've been ordering my meals online because I've been scared as shit to go back to that store. I've been working the graveyard shift at a small grocery store for a while now, and what happened last month was hands down the creepiest shift I've ever had. It was around 2 a.m. and I was working the front registers. It was a pretty dead night with the occasional customer coming in and out. That's when I noticed this lady walk in. She was pale as a ghost and reeked of something awful, like she hadn't showered in days. She staggered toward me at the counter, clutching her stomach. My first thought was she was either drunk or on drugs. She comes up to my register and starts muttering to herself. I was about to ask her if she was okay when she just throws up all over the floor in my register. It was nasty as shit. I rushed to grab some paper towels and help clean it up as best as I could. The lady looked a complete mess and kept muttering something about the devil coming for her. I told her wait there and lie down while I go get some help, but she didn't listen. She bolted towards the back of the store past the frozen food section and disappeared into the storage area. I didn't want to deal with it alone, so I called my manager and told him what happened. He said he was on his way. Me and my manager head into the storage section and look for this girl. Customers aren't allowed back and she was sick, so this was a huge issue. We get to the freezer and I start hearing strange noises from inside it. It was like a mix of whimpering and incoherent rambling. My manager and I opened the freezer. The lady was crouched in the corner and shaking violently. She had this crazy look in her eyes, and she just kept saying, "The devil's coming, the devil's coming." It quite literally sent shivers down my spine. My manager tried to calm her down and get some sense out of her, but it was no use. She just kept repeating the same thing over and over. We couldn't get any information about who she was or what had happened to her. My manager ended up calling the police, and they took her away. As they were helping her out of the store, I heard her say the freezer was the safest place to be. The devil is hot, and the cold stops him. The whole thing was just so bizarre. I don't know what that lady saw or experienced, but it was unlike anything I've ever encountered during my time working at the store. I hope she's gotten the help she needed, and pray she's okay. I was shopping at my local grocery store on Sunday as I normally do. It's literally 1 block from my house, and I always just walk on over. I was just shopping and doing my thing. When I finished up, I went to the checkout line to ring out. My cashier was Richard. He's always working when I come in. I try to go in his lane when I go in as he's super fast at ringing me out. He finishes and then asks me if I would like help bringing the bags out to my car. I laughed at this because it was literally 3 bags, nothing crazy. Plus, I told him I walked here and didn't bring my car, and there was another guy in line right behind me, and I didn't want him waiting there. But Richard was insistent about helping me bring my bags outside. He then grabbed my bags and started walking out the store with them. I followed after him, pissed and confused at his strange behavior. We get to the parking lot and I'm fuming at this point. I asked him what the hell was his deal. He looked over his shoulder back at the store and said, "That guy in line behind you. He was following you everywhere in the store. He was taking pictures of you with his phone from behind." He said the guy was in line behind me with a basket, but it was empty. Just then we see that guy walk out of the store. He was older, and if I had to guess, maybe in his mid-50s. He was staring at both of us intently. He had no groceries or anything in his hands. He walked over to this beat-up truck and got in. He turned it on, but didn't drive off. I was raised to always be aware of my surroundings, and the fact that I didn't know I was being followed scared me. Richard offered to walk me home, just to make sure I got home safely. The entire walk home, that guy in his truck was following us. We didn't walk to my house, but instead took some back streets and turns until we eventually lost him. Richard called his manager and told him he was going on lunch and stayed with me for an hour to make sure everything was okay, and he didn't find me. Richard also said he would send his picture over to police and make sure he never comes back into the store again. It was literally my hero that day. If he wasn't aware of what that man was doing to me, I'm not sure what would have happened when I left the store. Unfortunately, I've read thousands of similar stories like mine, and it is terrifying how common this happens. Please be alert of your surroundings, everyone. You never know who's watching you.